Hello and welcome. My name is Natalie from the Institutional Banking team in Australia, and thank you for joining me for this ANZ Transactive Global Discover What's New webinar. Before I begin, I would like to acknowledge I'm joining you from Perth, the lands of the Whadjuk people of the Noongar Nation. I also acknowledge the traditional owners of the various lands which you are joining from today. I pay my respects to elders past and present, and to any Aboriginal and Torres Strait Island peoples joining us today. Our training webinars are designed to help you unlock the full potential and get the most out of ANZ Transactive Global, our digital web and mobile banking channel. Through a single interface, you can access common services such as cash management, trade finance, loans, commercial cards, foreign exchange, and data insights. This is the first Discover What's New webinar series that will become a reoccurring topic, taking you through a range of new and enhanced ANZ Transactive Global features to simplify your banking experience. Following today's session, I would encourage you to view our digital services help page for further information on the topics discussed, as well as revisiting our previous webinars, and I will show you how to find these at the end of today's session. You will see that the Teams chat function is disabled. However, you can ask questions using the Q&A tab, which is also located at the top of the screen. My colleagues are online and will answer as many questions as possible as we go. Today's training session is being recorded. The video and a copy of the Q&A and any questions we're unable to answer will be published in ANZ Digital Help in the coming days, so you can re-watch or share with colleagues who couldn't join us live. And the last thing before we start, this session is being conducted using the training environment, which means some of the screens and system behaviour may appear a little different to what you see in your live ANZ Transactive Global site. So please keep that in mind as we go. For anything outside of ANZ Transactive Global, we will show screens from our digital services help. Let's start today by taking a look at two new service requests that have recently been made available for eligible users. Request for account confirmation letter for Australia and New Zealand, and a view automatic payment details, which is for New Zealand only. From time to time, your organisation may be required to generate an account confirmation letter. Previously, this was completed via email or phone, and that took up to 48 hours to complete. This request type can be time sensitive, so incorporating this into service requests means the account confirmation letter is completed almost immediately. The letter is generated on ANZ letterhead and can be downloaded to PDF. It contains key details such as account name, account number, BSB, and SWIFT code, and can be sent to your suppliers as required. To complete this request type, navigate to the Service Request menu. Then select Accounts and Legal Entities from the submenu. Click New, and then select Generate Account Confirmation Letter from the request types. Click Add to search for up to 10 accounts to generate the confirmation letter, and then click Add. For Australian customers, select from the options available to tailor the confirmation letter to your requirements. To view the account descriptor for eligible accounts, click View. If this requires updating, it can be done via the Amend Statement Preference service request type. Enter a reference if required, and then click Next. Read and tick the declaration checkbox, and then click Submit. Take a note of your request ID. To retrieve and download your account confirmation letter from the landing page, select the request and click the download icon. And I will now show you a sample of an account confirmation letter. For our customers in New Zealand, we recently added a new service request that allows eligible users the ability to view and export details of active automatic payments from your New Zealand domiciled accounts. From the service request menu, select Payments and Transactions. Click New. And I will now switch to Digital Services Help to show you what the screens look like. Select View Automatic Payment Details, which can be found under the Manage Periodical Payment Automatic Payment category. Click Add to search and select up to 10 accounts. To export the records to a CSV file, click Export. And the CSV will include all automatic payments that are in active status. And it will also include details such as account name and number, payee account name and number, the frequency, amount number of payments, and at the end date, just to name a few. Also in service requests, the Delete User service request feature available in Australia and New Zealand will now be processed instantaneously. Previously, this request was processed in around 48 hours, so this is a significant improvement. Eligible users can delete an ANZ managed user by clicking Digital Channels from the Service Request menu. Then New. From the list of options available, select Delete User. The Delete User screen will now populate. Click Add to select one or more user IDs for deletion. And click OK. If required, add a reference and select Next. Read and tick the declaration checkbox and click Submit. This request type doesn't require additional approval and will now be processed immediately, providing peace of mind that when a user leaves, their access can be revoked as soon as possible. Another recent change is the ability for company administrators to delete users from ANZ Transactive Global. From the main menu, navigate to Administration, then select User Management. Select the user for deletion. This action can be completed when the following conditions are met. The user has access to ANZ Transactive Global only, or they have ANZ Transactive Global plus ANZ Liquidity Management access. If the user you wish to delete has a commercial cards role, for this to work, they can only have the reporting officer role or an authorised to inquire role. You can now click Delete, and this will require your usual approvals to action this change. If these conditions are not met, the user will need to be deleted by the Service Request Delete User function we mentioned earlier. While we're in the administration menu, I would like to share with you a new report that was launched this year, titled Account Details Report. The report provides account details, including product entitlement, account discretion, and division details. Company administrators can generate the CSV report by navigating to Reports from the administration menu. Click New and select the Account Details Report from the Report Type drop-down. Select your required file type and, if required, a language and encoding. Click Add to add up to 1,000 accounts by ticking the checkbox. Click Run to run the report now, or continue to schedule and save the report. A sample of the report can be found in ANZ Digital Services Help, which I'm now showing you on my screen. Our real-time payment tracking feature was recently updated in the desktop version of ANZ Transactive Global to include real-time gross settlement, or RTGS, payments in Australia and same-day cleared payments, or SCP, in New Zealand. This feature provides an end-to-end view of the payment flow, as well as the visibility of any fees and charges. It is important to note that tracking and fee information availability is dependent on updates being provided by all banks in the payment chain. Only SWIFT GPI, which stands for Global Payment Innovation, compliant banks are obliged to send real-time updates on the payments they process. To view payments available for tracking, from the main menu, select Payments, and then click Payment Tracking. The payment tracking screen will display a list of domestic and international payments successfully processed by ANZ in the last 30 days. Select the required transaction. Here you can see this transaction is noted as being completed in the top left-hand corner. Other status types include in progress, which indicates one of the following scenarios has occurred. The payment is either still en route to the beneficiary, or the payment is sent to a non-GPR compliant bank. Another status would be rejected, meaning the payment has been rejected either by a correspondent bank or a beneficiary bank. The payment I am viewing is a domestic payment, and we can see the payment journey started with ANZ on the 5th of October and arrived at Standard Chartered Bank on the same day. We can also see that there were no cumulative deduction charges for this transfer. The SWIFT payment tracking information can be downloaded to a PDF if required. You can also view payment tracking information from your ANZ Transactive Global mobile app. This feature is currently available for international payments only at this stage. A new feature available in the ANZ Transactive Global mobile app is the visibility of your commercial card programs. This new menu provides ANZ Transactive Global commercial card users a view-only insight to their billing entity, card, and transaction details. I have a short video to demonstrate this. By tapping on a billing entity, you can view connected cards. Tap on a transaction to view details including transaction value dates, post dates, and merchant category codes. Search through your list of transactions that are categorized by details, outstanding, and decline screens. And you can search using labels such as a merchant name, a transaction amount, a value date, and card number. Click on the information icon in the top right to view limits, spend caps, and fund balances. And a reminder that your log-on credentials for the ANZ desktop version of ANZ Transactive Global provides you with automatic access to the ANZ Transactive Global mobile app. The app allows you to view real-time account balances, payment approvals, transaction history, and foreign exchange rates, just to name a few features. Our digital services help page has more information on the mobile app and how it can be securely downloaded and installed. A feature I would like to remind you of is the Fees and Charges menu in the desktop side. The Fees and Charges dashboard allows you to view and analyse fees, excluding GST, for up to 24 months incurred by your Australian domiciled accounts. The dashboard displays 4 widgets: monthly payable fees, monthly receivable fees, monthly total fees, and monthly other fees. These widgets are customizable, starting with the control bar. If you have more than one division, you can select a relevant division. The month or a month range can be selected to update the data displayed. Within the widgets, you can switch from a chart or a tabular view. Click on the settings icon and you can change from a line to a bar graph. Click on the information icon to provide a description of the fees included in the data. And if you click on the X icon, this will remove the widget from your dashboard. The pencil icon in the bottom right can be used to add a widget back and also rearrange or resize. For any changes you make, click Save. Below the widgets, you will find the Fees and Charges details grid. This grid displays a line item view of fees charged based on your selected division and a date range. You can view 10, 50, or 100 rows of transactions from each scrollable table and click the next or previous buttons to view the data. The data can be filtered, including by account and fee category. The table also calculates the total volume and the sum of the total fees in Australian dollars, excluding GST, shown in the bottom right. The Fees and Charges grid can also be exported to a CSV file by clicking on the export icon. The fees and charges data is updated on the 15th of every month. If you require access to fees and charges, please speak to your administrator who can assign this to your login. For ANZ Transactive Global users in Australia, New Zealand and Asia, we have been progressively updating the Accounts Reports menu. Once your site has been upgraded, you will be able to edit, copy and delete shared reports, filter the reports grid by My Reports or Shared Reports, and create, schedule, send and manage all account reports from this new menu. Let's take a look at how to create a shared report. So from this menu, select New. Select the report type you would like to run and select the file format type and, if required, a language and a file name prefix. Select the period you would like to view the data and select if you would like to filter by account or currency. In this instance, I'll select account and then I'll select the desired accounts. I can now select to run the report or to schedule and save this. So let's schedule this. Enter the schedule details, including the frequency and start and end dates. Give the report a name and, if required, a description and a prefix. You will notice a checkbox at the bottom, Deliver the report via email. Selecting this will send the report to your registered email on the chosen date and time, saving you logging back into ANZ Transactive Global to retrieve it. The report will also be secured by an encryption code, and I'll remind you shortly how to set your encryption code. The second checkbox, Share this report profile, when selected, allows this report to be shared with other ANZ Transactive Global users in your organisation with report permissions. Click Save. This report is now visible in the Reports landing page and can be edited, deleted or copied as required. And if you wish to run and download a copy of this report, you can do so by clicking on the download icon on the left-hand side. I did promise you I would show you how to set the report encryption code. So to do this, navigate to the User Settings and Preferences icon in the application banner on the top right, which will show as your user ID. Select Settings and Preferences and scroll down to Report Retrieval Code. Enter your desired code of up to 20 characters and click Save. And as this is your code, you can change this at any time. In your workspace, a new Favorite Accounts Report widget is now available. Eligible users who have been upgraded to the Account Reports menu we mentioned earlier can add this new widget to your workspace dashboard. Navigate to your workspace by clicking Home and then click Add to Workspace. Select the Favorite Accounts Report widget. Click Add to add your favorite account reports. Select the reports and then click OK. To run the report, click Run this report profile icon on the right. I would now like to take you through some recent enhancements to our ANZ Digital Services Help pages. ANZ Digital Services Help is an online self-service database of step-by-step guides, instructional videos and frequently asked questions for our digital channels, including ANZ Transactive Global. You can navigate to the Digital Services Help by simply clicking Help from the application banner in the top right of your ANZ Transactive Global login. We have recently redesigned this page to simplify the look and feel and provide easy access to content. The page is broken into 3 segments. Search field, where you can search for specific areas of interest. For example, I can type payment tracking to quickly view detailed instructions for how to complete this. and popular topics, where you can view and easily access the most commonly read topics by you, our customers. In popular topics, you will notice some of the topics that we have spoken about today. You will also notice our monthly announcements tile. This is a dynamic list of all new features or upgrades ANZ has made this month. I recommend setting a regular reminder to read these to stay up to date with the changes and enhancements made to our platforms. A link to these articles is also found in the in-channel or pop-up message you may see when logging into ANZ Transactive Global. Popular Topics also has a link to register for an upcoming webinar. By clicking this tile, a list of current webinars and our previous webinar recordings are also available. And support categories. Here, you will find a list of all topics. Select a topic and all related articles will be available for review. For example, if we select mobile, we can select from the articles relating to downloading an app, the features and frequently asked questions. I would also like to point out, at the top of all of our articles, you will notice a geography field. This notes the region the article is relevant to. In this instance, the mobile article is relevant to all geographies excluding China and Taiwan. And this is because the mobile app is not currently available for download to our customers in these locations. In addition to this, we have also recently created a dedicated Features by Geography article in ANZ Digital Services Help to easily view the feature types available in your region. Here you can select your region to broadly view what is available, and by selecting a feature, you can view more information. To better support our commercial card customers, we have recently uplifted our commercial card articles, providing greater detail in a simplified format. Within the Overview drop-down, you will now find 3 new articles. Commercial cards in ANZ Transactive Global. This is a general overview describing how ANZ Transactive Global can help you manage your commercial card account. Commercial card product types. This lists all commercial card product types we offer, the region available, and a brief description of the card, making it easier for you to understand which card types may best suit your organisation's requirements. And commercial card roles. This article notes all commercial card roles available, a description of the role and the responsibilities, the menus in ANZ Transactive Global they can view, and how to provision access to this role. You will notice a direct link to the relevant form for Australian customers and the next steps for New Zealand customers. And that brings us to the end of our Discover What's New webinar. On the page I'm displaying is a list of our upcoming webinars, noting in particular the holiday planning webinar, which will help you prepare for office shutdowns and staff leave over the festive period. Use the QR code to register for these upcoming events. A reminder that a recording of this session, as well as the Q&A, will be added to our Digital Services Help in the coming days, should you wish to rewatch or share with your colleagues. You can get to ANZ Digital Services Help by scanning the QR code currently on the screen, or by clicking on the Help icon next time you are signed into ANZ Transactive Global. I hope this session has been of value, and we look forward to you attending our future ANZ Transactive Global training webinars. Thank you.